Hi guys, my name is Brittany Cooper, also known as the Nomad Giraffe on Instagram. I love traveling and seeing different countries with my friends and family, but today this video is about Santorini. There's a couple of things that I did in Santorini that I really enjoyed, and I would like to share them with you. First thing, I stayed in Fira for the first couple of days of my trip, and I really enjoyed Fira. It's probably my favorite part of the island in Santorini. One of my favorite parts. It's packed with tourists and fun things to do. I recommend you wandering around and enjoying everything about Fira. Especially checking out local restaurants and things of that nature. At the restaurants you can check to see what's on the menu, look around, see what you want to eat for dinner, because a lot of times a lot of the places are overbooked for dinner. So if you're walking around late at night around 6 o'clock, you probably won't find a place to eat dinner and watch the sunset. But if you make a reservation early on during the day, you'll have a great place to watch the sunset, maybe a great table, enjoying a glass of Greek wine and having a great time with your family or friends. Or if you're traveling solo, having a great time by yourself. Okay, so also another thing that I recommend you doing in Fira is going to see the old port. In order to get to the old port, you have to hike down 587 steps. Those 587 steps are packed with donkeys. So make sure you watch out for donkey poop. Yes, I said it, donkey poop. A lot of times when I was hiking down, I was just looking down the entire time, dodging donkey poo. But it was actually an amazing hike down. If you wanted some exercise in the morning, that's perfect. But if you opt for a quicker route down, you can also take cable cars down, or you can ride the donkeys down. The cable car ride is about $7.50. No, not $7. €7.50 to ride the cable cars down, and in order to ride the donkeys down is about €5. If you're in Fira for the night, it's always nice to enjoy something other than going out and partying with friends. So there's a theater called the White Door Theater. In the White Door Theater, they have things, they have a play. Well, actually it's like a musical. They welcome you into their family home, and they do a musical about a family about to wed. So it's a traditional Grecian wedding, but there's a twist. They actually include you into the wedding, so you are the wedding party. They have tables set up, not really the wedding party, but you're the wedding guest. They have tables set up and everything set up just like you're at a wedding, and you're enjoying the reception. It's really nice, it's beautiful. They have unlimited wine and tapas, so you enjoy your night out. They actually include you in the play or musical, so you go downstairs to the little area where they're performing, and you get to go dance with them. You get to break plates like they do in the Grecian wedding. So it was actually really fun. It was a really fun night out. If you're into like working out and doing things of that nature, they have a hike. There's a trail that you can walk from Fira to Ia. Depending on how fit you are, it could take up to 3 to 5 hours. For me, it took quite a while because I did love to stop and take photos. I love taking photos. I'm pretty sure I'll link a couple in this video, but I enjoy taking photos and asking people to take photos of me, so I had a great time on that hike. It was pretty hot, so I do recommend carrying water with you, which is really important because it gets pretty hot out there, especially if you're traveling during the summer months. let's see, what else would I recommend for that hike? A hat. Keep the sun out of your face. Make sure you lather up the sunscreen to protect your body. SPF as strong as possible. And make sure you bring it with you because that's a long hike. They also, okay, so if you're living in Fiora and you're traveling around Santorini, you're staying there for a couple days, Fiora is probably one of the most cheaper areas to stay other than Ia, the iconic area with the blue dome churches. If you plan on staying in Fiora, there are easy ways to get around the island. You can take a bus for €1.80. Sorry, I keep saying dollars, I'm American. But if you take a bus, you can get pretty much anywhere on the island for €1.80. That includes Ia, where the Blue Dome churches are, or Ancient Theatre, or the Calamari beaches, the black sand beaches. It's very easy. Speaking of black sand beaches, that was another one of my favorites. But if you are traveling to the black sand beaches, I recommend you bring in swim shoes. There's a lot of black sand, but there's more gravel and slippery rocks out there because you have to remember it's like from the volcano, so you have to be careful. I saw a lot of people almost fall and bust their butts, my sister being one of them. So you have to make sure that you do bring swim shoes. I recommend that. That is highly recommended because in order to get to the water, you're walking over slippery rocks, and that is not, I mean, you want to be healthy and have a great time on your trip and not worry about getting bruised and bumped up at the beach. The water is crystal clear, but you'd really enjoy it. That's Kamari. Kamari is one of the black sand beaches that I went to and I really enjoyed. But along the coast, there are plenty of different black sand beaches because everything along the coast is black sand. My favorite by far, the thing that I did on the island of Santorini was actually off the island of Santorini. I took a catamaran sunset cruise with my sister. And it was absolutely amazing. I think that the people who book the tours actually book it by what region or wherever you're from. So we had a lot of North Americans on our trip. North Americans and I think maybe South Americans as well. We had a couple girls from Brazil. But everyone spoke English, which was nice. So you get to make friends on the boat as well. They said that the sunset in Santorini is one of the most gorgeous in the entire world, so I could not resist this cruise. We did a tour of the what was it? It was a hot spring. The red and black beach, which but if you want to get to the white beach, you have to swim or get there by boat. And I really enjoyed that. We stopped and snorkeled there. The water was pretty cold. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cold, but it was very enjoyable. Once you're in there, you don't really feel it too much. And also with the tour, you have unlimited wine, soft drinks, and water. So I really enjoyed that because I love my wine. But if you're not into wine, they have soft drinks and water. But the only thing that you would have to pay for on the tour would be beer. If you like beer, I think it's about €2. That's the only thing that wasn't unlimited. We also had a barbecue meal on the boat. They gave us chicken or pork, or you could take both if you want both. And then they had some really awesome sides. It was like your traditional Grecian meal. And then they surprised us with baklava at the end. So that was awesome. We had a nice traditional Grecian meal and some dessert. They also gave us like some apples, I guess because some people don't want the fattening dessert, but it was absolutely amazing, so I had a couple pieces. Okay, so for the iconic views, you always want to take a trip to the most iconic areas and get one of those pictures that you could have for the rest of your life. We went to the Blue Dome churches and took pictures in Ia. We took a bus for €1.80 and it was absolutely amazing. Granted, I think that the sunset views in Santorini are better from Fira. But we did have a reservation to have dinner in Ia. But the problem was where the restaurant overlooked. The sunset was actually behind the restaurant. But if you're in Fira, you see the sunset while you're eating, which was really beautiful. I had to get my pictures with the Blue Dome churches, so that was absolutely amazing. We just kind of walked around and got lost in Ia, but it wasn't really hard to get lost in Ia. It's much smaller than Fira. But I really enjoyed that part of the trip, and I want to say thank you so much for watching my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and comment down below if you enjoyed this video. I would love to get a couple likes on this video. No, I want 1,000 likes. Give me 1,000 likes. If you love this video and you found it informative, give me 1,000 likes. I would love that. And if you have any questions about Santorini, don't hesitate to ask. Just leave a comment down below and I will reply to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys, my name is Brittany Cooper, also known as the Nomad Giraffe on Instagram. I love traveling.